Let's get started on our mat. We're gonna just start in a seat today. Either knees bent or on our bum. We can sit easy seat with our knees out. Totally up to you depending on what feels the best. So I'm gonna find my butt to my heels in hero pose. Hands on my thighs, shoulders drawing away from my ears, crown of the head pulling away from the tailbone. Inhale and exhale. This time as we inhale, I want you to pull those shoulders up towards the ears, crunching into the neck, getting as small as you can in that space. Then exhale, let the shoulders drop. This time as we inhale, again, bring the shoulders up, but this time on our exhale, slowly drop the shoulders over time, allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Again, inhale, the shoulders up towards the ears. Then on one exhale, drop nice and fast. Then inhale, the shoulders to the ears. And over time, slowly drop the shoulders away. We're gonna bring the right hand down to the side and inhale that left arm up and over. Maybe bend into that left or that right side, that right elbow, and stretch even more over to that right side, left hand reaching over. You want to make sure those shoulders stay stacked on top of each other rather than doming in through that top shoulder. Keep everything stacked there. Then inhale up, arms up overhead, take it to the other side. This should feel really good in that hip side body area. If you need even more, you can imagine dropping that right hip down towards the heel, even though it's already resting there. By imagining it getting heavier and heavier, dropping it away, you'll find more of a stretch. Inhale up. This time I want you to drop that right arm behind your back. Drop the left arm so my right hand is coming to my left elbow. We're gonna inhale, get long through the crown of the head, and then drop the head over to the left side, getting a stretch in the right neck. So the right shoulder is dropping away from the ear. Head is reaching up and over to the left side. This can be pretty intense, so take it gently. First thing in the morning. Remembering to breathe, not holding our breath anywhere we go on the mat. And release that right hand. Let it come down by the side, then up and over. Bring it to the outside of that head and gently guide it up, not to strain the neck. Then drop that right hand. We're gonna bring the left hand behind our back now. Reach it to the right elbow. Inhale, crown of the head away from the head as if someone's pulling the spine long. Then drop the head over to the right side, so getting a stretch in the left neck. The left shoulder drops away from the ear. Head pulling up and over to the right side. And without moving the head, slowly release that left hand. Reach it all the way up and over. Take it to the outside of that head. Gently guide the head up and bring it all back through center. Reach the hands up and out. We're going to take some flicks here with our hands. So we're taking them into a fist and then flicking them out like we have water on them. We're going to take, it sounds like a lot, we're going to take 100 of these. I'll count, but this is going to warm up into the wrists. So ball it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 28, 29, 30. So close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then release those hands. Flick water off of those hands. Shaking out the wrists. Oh my. I'm sorry, I have something beeping over here. Okay. So shake out those wrists, and then we're gonna rock over into our table. So I want you to measure your table by bringing the fingertips together, hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, tops of the feet come down, and then we're gonna rotate the fingers towards the top of the mat, keeping the palms down. That's measuring your shoulder width distance. Now we're gonna drop that belly, take the tailbone up to the sky, press the heart center forward, and shift the gaze up and forward, taking our cow. Notice that cow tilt that's happening in the hips. I mentioned this movement in other poses throughout class. So really note what's happening here. We're lifting that tailbone away from the ground, pressing it towards the sky. Then we're gonna round, tuck the pelvis, belly button to spine, chin to chest, head drops, tailbone drops, and we're pressing into our hands and knees, pressing away from the mat. Getting a stretch in the shoulders. And inhale, chest forward, gaze forward and up, belly drops, tailbone lifts. Exhale, take our cat. Now to switch it up to challenge our minds, we always inhale for cow and exhale for cat. So we're gonna change it up. I want you to stay in cat and take an inhale. A big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're gonna take our cow. Keep pressing out that exhale as we press the chest forward, inhale, or gaze up, tailbone up, and then inhale, take our cat. And exhale, take our cow. So we're changing it up, challenging that brain, not necessarily doing the same thing every time. So walk those hands slightly forward from the shoulders, tuck those toes, press the hips back towards the heels, taking a moment in the feet before we head up to our first down dog. Swaying left and right. Soles of the feet are stretching out. Mine have been super, super tight. This is an area we forget to stretch, but super important still. So press those hands into the mat. Keep pressing, as if someone's lifting those hips up and back. Press into the feet and come up to our first down dog. Now notice how I'm pressing my shoulders back towards my knees. My knees are bent in order to allow for that, because since we're in our first down dog, the legs are going to be a little bit tight. Inhale and exhale. Gaze to the front of the mat. We're going to step this left foot forward, right foot forward. Come to our forward fold. Knees are bent, abdomen and thighs in touch. Head, neck, shoulders are releasing. Weight is in the toes, and we're really just hanging out here. Getting a stretch all along the back side body. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Remembering that we're still waking up here, so being gentle with whatever movement we're taking. We're going to bend into those knees. Start to tuck the pelvis, then round up. One vertebrae at a time until we come all the way to standing. Shoulders stack over hips, hands come by our sides. We're going to take some sun salutations. I've been mixing these in here and there, just because we don't do that many of them in my classes. So we'll bring the toes together, heels just slightly apart. Reach those arms out and up. Inhale, exhale, bring those hips down into chair. So I'm tucking my pelvis. My knees are bent and my weight is actually in my heels. So I'm fluttering my toes up. My gaze is forward and my arms are either lifted, or if that's too difficult, we can take it to goalpost, or we can even take hands to heart center. totally up to you. It might be a lot in the shoulders to take them up overhead. From here, hands come through heart center if they aren't there already. Dive down, take it to our forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Shoulders pull away from the hips, we come to a flat back. So notice how when I keep my hands on the ground, my back still rounds. When I take them up to my shins, my back straightens. That's what we want. Then we'll exhale, come back down to the mat. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Come to our plank. Now we're gonna rock back. Press the heels behind the toes. Then rock forward. Weight in the hands. Rock back. Rock forward. Last time, rock back. Rock forward. This time, drop the knees. Chin, chest, butt stays up here. Arms are close to the sides. Then with our hands, press into the mat and glide our hips back towards the child's pose. Taking a little bit different of a vinyasa here. Inhale and exhale. Ripple through our cat, our back pulling towards the sky. Weight comes forward, tuck the toes, press the hips back and up, down dog. From here, lift that left leg all the way up. Three-legged dog with our inhale. Exhale, tuck that left knee forward towards our chin, our nose, and then inhale, back up. Three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to nose one more time. After this, inhale, back up. Last time, exhale, knee to nose. We're gonna hold, press those shoulders away, tuck the knee into the chest for 3, 2, 1, and gently step that left leg through. Coming into a low lunge, that back knee is lifted here. So keep the right toes right beneath the right heel, left ankle right beneath the left knee. Activate pressing into this left heel and the toes. Activate the glute and come all the way up, high lunge. Notice how my hips stay beneath my shoulders rather than jutting back like this. If this is happening, we might have to bend our back knee to get everything nice and aligned. Again, hands can come up, cactus, or hands at prayer, whatever is comfortable. So feel this stretch here in the right hip. Take one more inhale, getting long through the crown of the head. And exhale, fold over that left leg. Press the hands into the mat. Dome through the shoulders. Create space to tuck that left leg into the chest. And lift that left leg up and back. Three-legged dog. Bring that left foot down. Down dog. Walk out the dog, left and right. Then right away, we're gonna ripple, plank. Weight comes forward, hands right beneath the shoulders. We're gonna take that rock back, that rock forward, rock back. This takes a solid core, so keep pressing away from the mat, rock forward, rock back, rock forward, and then drop those knees. Chin and chest drop. The hips stay up. Chin comes to the mat. Hands are beneath the shoulders. Arms are in close to the sides. Then we're gonna press into those hands, glide those hips back towards the heels, come to our child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Let the forehead be heavy on the mat here. We'll ripple through our cat, spine to the sky, tuck the toes, and press it back, down dog. Inhale and exhale. So from here, we're gonna take that right leg up, pick it on the other side. Knee to nose, Come forward into that plank with that right leg tucked to the chest. And inhale it back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, dome through the shoulders, tuck the knee to the chest. Inhale, back and up, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, last time, 3, hold, 2, hold, 1. Tuck that knee through, step that foot forward between the hands and come to our low lunge. The left foot, toes stacked right beneath the heel, this right ankle right beneath the knee. Now ground into this right heel. Feel this right glute activate, and then stack the shoulders over the hips in our high lunge. Shoulders over the hips. So take a moment here, get settled, hands, decide where you want them to be. Then we're going to take one deep inhale, crown of the head pulling away from the sits bones. Then exhale, get a little deeper. Inhale, crown of the head pulls long. Then exhale, frame that right foot. Press into the hands. Tuck this right foot into the right glute, knee to chest, and step it back, three-legged dog. And down dog. Shift that gaze to the front of the mat. This time step, right foot, left foot, come to that forward fold. Release here. Feel the heat that we have built. Feel it waking us up. Weight is in the toes. Head, neck, shoulders are completely let go. Nodding the head, nodding the head yes, nodding the head no. And from here, we're going to walk those hands behind the heels and slowly guide the hips down. If we have to bend the knees a whole lot for that, that's okay. I'm going to bring those hips down, scoot them back on our mat, just halfway. Then hands are going to come to the knees. We're going to rock down on our back, come to a flat back, and let that left leg come all the way out. Right knee stays in. Then that left hand is going to come to the outside of the right leg and twist it over into a full spinal twist. So that right arm comes out into a T, right leg pulling over to the left side, getting a twist here. A key indicator of whether or not you've gone perhaps a little too far for your body is if that right shoulder is lifted up off of the mat. You want that to stay down. So if you have to untwist a little bit to make that happen, that's totally okay. Twists are excellent for digestion, so they're a great way to start the day, especially getting that digestive system going, ramping things up, getting the body aware that it's awake. It's time for the day. Bend at that right knee only, and then rock to a flat back. Bringing the right knee in, the left knee in. Take some rocks left and right here, massaging out the low back. So you'll get a massage into that low back if your legs aren't totally pulled into the chest. If they're a little further out, they're less pulled in. You're going to feel a really nice massage on that low back, almost as if it's close to your butt. Should feel really good. And we'll keep that left knee in. Right leg comes out. Take the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Cross it over. Left hand comes out. Right hand is pulling that left knee over. Gaze can drop over to the left hand if you'd like. And again, Recognize that key of, is my shoulder down? Is it up? Do I have to come out of the twist just a little bit to bring it down? The only part of the back that's lifted off of the mat here is that left hip that's twisting over. Both the shoulders and the right hip. I want all three of those points down on the mat still. Then we'll bend at that left knee. Tap the left toes to the right knee. Rock ourselves to a flat back. And tuck both knees into the chest. Again, taking that side to side rock, getting a low back release here. Took me a little bit to discover this one, but this one has become one of my favorites. And lower those soles of the feet flat to the mat. Knees are bent up. We're going to take some bridge work here, activating into the glutes. Glutes are so important to protect the low back, to help us walk. Oftentimes we just sit on them, but it's important to fire them up. So soles of the feet are about hip width distance. Fingertips can just barely brush them if we rock side to side. So we don't want them too close to the hips. Now, we're going to take some lying down, cat-cow, to get into this. So I want you to press the tailbone into the mat, shoulders into the mat. The low back lifts off of the mat as if we're pressing the tummy and the spine towards the ceiling. Then I want you to tuck the pelvis. Make that space go away by pressing the low back into the mat. And almost feel like the hips want to float up. And then take that arching again, tailbone pressing into the mat. Low back lifts, shoulders pressing down. Then that space gently goes away by pressing the low back down, tuck the pelvis slightly. And take a couple of these, moving back and forth. Tucking and untucking that pelvis. Arching and unarching that low back. And the next time we find that low back pressed down onto the mat, the pelvis is tucked, I want you to start to transfer that weight into the heels. So much so that you barely notice that by transferring the weight into the heels, your hips are effortlessly lifting. So we're slowly bringing our hips up, pressing them towards the sky. Knees are staying in line with the hips. We're staying long in the neck. That's often the first place to crunch up in our bridge. So by pressing into the heels, maybe even be dramatic about it and lift those toes to make sure that we're really pressing into the heels. That is what's going to activate our glutes. Nice and strong here. Now from here, I want you to slowly ripple vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking or rippling on the mat all the way down until the tailbone is the last to meet the mat and the pelvis rests again in neutral. We're going to take 2 more of those. So tuck that pelvis slightly, press the low back into the mat, transfer that weight by pressing into the heels, lift the hips, knees in line with the hips. Engage the abdomen, knit the ribs together on the front side body. Neck is long. Maybe pull those toes up, making sure we're pressed into the heels, and then lower vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. Tailbone last to meet the mat. Feet come down. Tuck that pelvis. Low back presses into the mat. Then we transfer that weight into the heels, pressing the hips up, knees in line with the hips. This time we're going to hold for just a little bit longer. Tuck the toes up to make sure we're pressing into the heels. Every inhale, imagine lengthening through the neck just a little bit more. Every exhale, imagine pressing those hips up a little higher. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1, and then ripple vertebrae by vertebrae. Tailbone last to come down. It should feel like a wave coming down onto the mat. Knees into the chest. Hands behind the legs. Rock yourselves all the way up. Scoot those hips back, come into a seated forward fold. So we're pulling the sternum towards the toes towards the hips. So we're imagining eventually flexibility growing so that our upper body is parallel with our lower body. That'll take time to get there, but that's what we're imagining by pulling the sternum towards our toes rather than just arching over and letting the head drop by the knees. We want to keep pulling it towards the toes. So we should get a stretch in the low back, the hamstrings. Getting a bit of a release here. Countering our bridge a little bit. And we'll round up like we did, but stacking the shoulders over the hips this time. Tuck that right leg in, left leg in, or take whatever side of easy seat you prefer. So whichever leg forward you prefer, take that. I actually don't prefer this side. I'm not sure why I took it. Anyway, so shoulders are stacked over the hips, head stacked over each vertebrae, nice and in line. Reach those hands out. Inhale up, gaze up towards the thumbs. Exhale, chin to the chest, hands down, reach towards the mat. Shoulders reach away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Chin to the chest. Inhale. Gaze up, hands up. Exhale, chin to chest. Fingers reaching away. Last one, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Thank yourself for practicing this morning. Acknowledge how you feel right now, starting the day. I hope that you can carry this with you throughout the rest of your day and into the weekend. We'll finish out practice this morning with one communal breath. Exhale out. Press out any stale energy, stale breath that's hanging on. Then inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you so much. And again,